New York, CNNMoney.com. The recession has taken its toll on Social Security. The officials who oversee the program forecast Tuesday that the Social Security Trust Fund will be exhausted by 2037, 4 years earlier than estimated last year. The trust fund reflects a $2.4 trillion surplus paid into Social Security over 20 years that Uncle Sam has borrowed, spent, and promised to pay back. Trust fund exhaustion represents the point at which only 76% of the benefits could be paid out. Now, if this is a problem, then we are obligated to pay into this trust and stabilize it before we give $900 million to Gaza and $1 trillion or more dollars to UN programs. When the bailouts began, no matter the president at the time, one of the factors ignored was that neither Bush or Obama placed stop layoff provisions within the bailouts themselves. If a company is determined to be worth saving, then the jobs are worth saving also. Where has the money gone if not for that? It also reports Social Security surpluses helped the government avoid borrowing more than $2 trillion over the past 20 years. If this is true, then why has no program been developed to sell treasury bonds to American retirement plans at a higher discount than sold to foreign investors? Wouldn't it be wiser to keep the national debt within the nation itself? Again, regardless, everyone agrees it will be easier to address the long-term solvency programs sooner rather than later. In the meantime, there is no threat to current or soon-to-be retiree benefits. The above is only true if the Obama administration does not borrow more from SSA to refrain from increasing the national debt to foreign nations and keep his approval ratings up. If he sees a chance to use the money and decides he has time to replace it, then those decades of retirement payouts turn to administrative years, which means that it's a big if that he can pay it back at all, or leave it to the next administration. Also in this report, they address Medicare, no easy solution. The recession also hit Medicare, which is in far worse shape than Social Security. The Medicare Hospital Insurance Trust Fund forecast to be tapped out by 2017, or 2 years earlier than the trustees' estimate last year. At that point, the system would only be taking in enough payroll taxes to pay 81% of the hospital insurance costs. The trustees characterize the exhaustion date as an urgent concern. They said congressional action will be needed to ensure uninterrupted benefits. Starting last year, the fund, which covers hospital stays and related care, had already begun taking less than the system paid out in benefits. Now, I don't know how our government fails to realize the viable answers to this problem. We own 80% of AIG, so why not use revenue to start a taxpayer trust to form an insurance division? It already holds millions of policyholders. It takes in billions of dollars a year, and no funds will be needed to infuse for enrolling additional uninsured Americans. We could also weed off Medicare and Medicaid from SSA and place it in AIG to increase the longevity of Social Security. Without those burdens, the Social Security is no longer in danger. If we assume AIG insurance, then regulate the plans to reduce the coverage as Americans find jobs and become covered in the private sector, then it all works out and we can concentrate on the economy, terrorists, and our trade deficit. With these ideas, we do not have pop-ups. We do not have to raise taxes. We can act on the foreclosure and retirement problems that are affecting Americans and causing economic hardships and the strain on entitlement programs. To be a world leader, we must first show that democracy and the American standard of living applies to every American. If not that, then we lead by hypocrisy. And the world is reluctant to follow that type of leadership. Thank you for your time.